The following podcast is recorded and produced by Emerge, a media creators co-op, in affiliation with the network at bicbp-radio.com.
Hello and welcome to episode 46 of the Big Yak Podcast. It is I, Mike Pareto, alongside me, as always, Nico Salameni, and we have David Yarger, Yagabomb, back in studio today. How are you, David?
I'm doing great. I can't believe I'm back in the studio. You guys actually wanted me back. I'm shocked, but honored.
We're happy to have you back in here.
Yeah, you're one of like our, you're back in, I think, like the teens for episode-wise.
One of
I think
the
you're
OG
episode like
guests.
14,
Was- yeah.
15, so yeah.
I think were we still in football season technically?
We were still in
yeah.
football
Yeah.
season, yeah.
Yeah, that was a while ago. And now we're talking OTAs for next season.
We're in peak off season now.
Oh, peak indeed.
Time flies when you're having fun. So
That's a fact.
yeah,
That's
so
a
now
fact.
we're on episode 46. So
Congrats to you guys, man.
yeah, we've been doing this for almost a year now. Couple weeks is our 1 year anniversary, I'm pretty sure.
I was
so.
telling Mike before we got on, man, you guys were killing it. That spotlight series you did for the draft was awesome.
Appreciate it.
And then
thank
I
you.
seen the what happened kid freaking announced one of your interviews. That was sick.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
When we saw that like live, like that was just
We like texted each other.
no way, like, whoa. And so yeah, that was instantly like we had to make like a reel out of that. And then the guy, the kid commented on it. He said thank you. Said thank you. I'm like, oh, you're welcome.
We're like, I don't know what we really like had him like to why he thanked us.
Yeah, I don't know what
but,
we
like-
did, but you know, I mean, I feel like he just probably likes as much exposure as he can get. I mean, he's like pretty viral,
Right.
and so
It's James Droz.
Droz.
It's James frickin' Droz.
He's probably a TikTok creator. He probably gets paid for every time, like every like certain like follower, every video gets posted, stuff like that. So
What's pretty cool about that, about James Droz announcing that pick, was the Spotlight Series video that we did. Well, of course, he said a guy that we did Nick Jones, now cornerback for the Kansas City Chiefs. As soon as he said that, our views on that video spiked.
Really?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
We got like 300 views in like 24 hours, and now it's our most viewed video. That's not a short on YouTube right now. I'm looking at it. 967. We're so close to 1,000 views on a video thanks to James Rose.
That's so cool too, because I'm sure a bunch of Chiefs fans probably wanted to get to know their draft pick, and you guys supplied the interview. So that's
Bingo.
sick.
right, and we always have and we've done the analytics, and we have a lot of viewers from Kansas City.
Yeah.
What's
That
Like-
makes sense.
Our
Makes
second
sense,
biggest
yep.
city outside of Buffalo, of course, is Kansas City.
That's incredible.
we have some demographic in Kansas City and got a demographic in Detroit for whatever reason too. We don't talk about the Lions, and maybe we should talk about the Lions more if we're getting love from Detroit.
I mean, isn't Ball State kind of close to Detroit? I don't know.
Something like that.
It's around there.
It's the MAC. It's the MAC.
Nice
It's all
state,
in one
yeah.
area. It's the MAC.
Midwest state.
Maction.
Yeah, so we have Detroit, Kansas City, our week one
That's right.
actually. So I mean,
know.
you're gonna have a big show.
We'll be
for
doing
that.
a lot of coverage on that first
No,
game.
people are going to be pre-gaming for the Big Yak podcast for the week
Let's
one
hope.
preview.
They're ready. They're ready for it.
Yeah. So I want to talk about your jersey. Got the Hamilton Tiger
Yeah.
Cats, Johnny Manziel.
Listen, you guys are
That's
a football.
iconic.
You guys are a football show, and I'm not gonna lie. I wore a Cleveland Guardians T-shirt to work today, and I was like, I'll just wear that. And then they lost 6-0 today. They suck. They are the worst team in baseball, other than the Oakland Athletics. So I was like, it's a football show. I'll bring out this random ass jersey that I haven't worn in a while. So, cool story about this, and this is part of my jersey curse, which I'm sure I've told you guys all
Oh, yeah.
about. I ordered this jersey when he signed with Hamilton. It came in 2 days after he got traded to Montreal. So it was perfect. Perfect timing.
So what you're gonna say now is you're gonna go trade for a wide receiver, or you're gonna get a jersey of a wide receiver that the Bills are supposed to.
Oh, should I get a D-Hop Cardinals jersey?
Can we get
Is
a
that what you're
yes.
saying?
bring that on, and suddenly he's gonna be a Buffalo Bill.
It wouldn't
That's
surprise me.
only natural. That's how it works.
It wouldn't surprise me. Me and my buddies are thinking about doing a DH gate order soon, so I might just pull the plug on getting a Hopkins jersey.
Might as well.
Might as well.
Yeah, we might as well. I mean, those. I don't think we've talked about it yet. But those new Arizona jerseys. What do you guys feel about those jerseys?
I seen like one picture, and I didn't think that they were anything too special, to be honest. I don't know what you guys'
don't
thoughts
like
are. No, I wasn't a huge fan either. I'm like, really? Like, this is
It
the
looks like
best you could
Ohio
come up-
State. It literally looks like the NFL rendition of Ohio State, like
Do you-
the
yeah, I was
bla-
gonna say,
the
you
black
have a
and the
new-
white. The red is
Oh,
just.
the black jersey looks exactly like
That's
Ohio
what I'm saying.
State.
Yeah,
It's just
like bad.
It's just straight Ohio State.
God. And then the
It's a
Arizona,
college
the
jersey.
red Arizona, literally. Did you guys see the Michigan State jerseys where State is like that large on the chest? Like that's what that looks like. That's horrible.
It just looks like, I don't know if it's just Kyler Murray or not, but
It-
it just looks like a big onesie, like a big red onesie. Like, I don't- you know, I'm not trying to clown on Kyler or anything like that, but that red on red, I don't know if it's like his jersey because he wears his jersey like more of like a relaxed
Yeah.
style on the sleeves. So I don't know if it's that or not, but yeah.
I just feel like it looks like you said Ohio State, but looks just collegiate. Like there's no like Arizona on the black jerseys or the white jerseys. Just
Right.
the red jerseys have that, and I'm sure they're only going to pull out those red jerseys twice a year.
I feel like these jerseys look like if you started a flag football team and you guys were like, "Hey, let's get jerseys that are red, black, and white," and that's what came out of it.
Yeah,
So-
I am just like the black and white don't even have like names on it at all. Like not even like Arizona, not even.
It just says
like,
Cardinals on the shoulder. And how are you ever going to see that on TV?
I just
Oh.
that's those are bad.
Yeah.
So what's new with you, David? What's new over in the David Adams world?
Dude, it's been crazy busy, but we're motoring along at Dave & Adams. It was a crazy week last week. We just had our 32nd anniversary for the company.
That's huge.
It was amazing. We had sales from like Thursday to, I believe, yesterday. It ended at like noon. We had a great showing at a card show on Sunday at our retail store on Sheridan Drive. That's in Western New York for your out-of-town viewers.
Yep.
And it was great Sunday. Saturday had a huge break. I told you guys a little bit about breaks, but that's when you just rip open a bunch of card products and everything. And I did 32 boxes of football product on Saturday.
Ooh.
It took me 3 hours and 45 minutes.
And that's
but it
just
was-
like straight through too.
Yep. One box done. All right, next one. Next box. Just keep
working.
going. But it pulled some great hits. Yeah, I finally, when I talked to you guys the first time, I was more on the news, like working on the show, and just kind of learning things around the office. Now I'm like,
You're in
my
it.
whole body's in the water now. Like I'm breaking. I'm doing back end stuff. I'm still doing the show, still learning new things every single day. But I will tell you guys, I don't call it work. I don't call it a job because I wake up every morning and I enjoy doing
Work.
what I do, and I don't like to call it work, and I don't like to call it a job because it's like you go there and like all my friends work there. Like I've gotten close with a lot of people, and it's just it doesn't feel like work. Like work is when you wake up and you're like, oh, excuse my language, but you're like, oh shit, like I gotta go to this job. I just want to call off. Like I don't want to be here. I haven't felt that once with this job. It's crazy. So
That's awesome.
Yeah, that is awesome. I mean, that's what we're trying to do with this. I mean,
Yeah.
we're trying to, make this into like a career. And
That's
we're
right.
trying to, make it big with this. So, we're plugging away every week. And, I just, one day I want to wake up and be like, wow, Big
I'm
Yak
ready to go.
Podcast.
yep.
Quit my job.
Imagine.
Yeah.
Believe me.
That's
believe
the
me,
goal.
I feel that. I feel that, man. I feel that.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about your bounty system or the
Oh.
bounty that was put out.
Oh, my goodness,
For,
yeah.
for a
That's-
certain card.
So that's been part of the crazy month too. There's a product out called Bowman Baseball, and Bowman Baseball really highlights the up and coming prospects. So it's not a product where like you're looking for like an Ohtani from this year or something. Like you're really looking for guys that are in single A, guys that are in double A, the prospects up and coming. Well, one of the prospects just so happens to be Drew Jones, son of Andrew Jones, legendary Hall of Famer legendary center fielder for the Atlanta Braves. A lot of hype because it's his what they call first Bowman card, so it's the first time he's been in a Bowman product. So people love the first Bowmans. Last year was Jackson Holiday. People went crazy for the Jackson Holiday, but as a company, Dave & Adams set up a bounty for the Drew Jones one-of-one autographed superfractor. So basically what that is, it's like it's a gold card. It's gold and just has the auto on the bottom, and it's the only one of its kind. It's the only one of its kind, and our bounty was if you pull that, David Adams will give you $250,000 immediately if you want to sell it to us. And then there was another kicker. If you wanted to hang on to it, you believe in Drew Jones, he's the future, he's the next face of the MLB. If you hang on to it, and he makes the Hall of Fame as a position player, which, remember, that's probably, 25, 30 years from now, possibly.
Mm-hmm.
David Adams will pay you $1 million.
$1 million.
Yep, if he makes the Hall of Fame. And then there's other things, too, like if you keep the card and then you're like, I don't know, I'm going to sell it now and get my money for it. Mm-hmm. We had legal documentation that if you sold the card to someone, so say I had the card, this is the Drew Jones. I got the card and legal documentation, and Nico comes along and is like, hey, I know Drew Jones is struggling right now, but I'll give you $300K for the card. And I'm like, you know what? That sounds good. I give Nico the card. The documentation also goes with Nico. So when Drew Jones turns it around and has a Hall of Fame career, Nico gets the $1 million.
For $1 million.
It's crazy.
Could
it's
you
crazy,
imagine
man.
just like $250,000? Like, literally putting the house down on a card. $300,000. Yeah,
I'm telling you, man.
Change it up for you, and then down the road, I might make $1 million off of it.
I'm telling you, when I first got into it, I was like, oh, yeah, cards. I go and get a box at Target, go get a box at Walmart or something for like $20 or whatever. It's way more than that. There is so much money in cards. COVID boomed the entire thing.
Especially with Pokemon cards, too.
Oh, Pokemon.
That's why I wore the shirt.
Yep. Pokemon's crazy. People love Pokemon. I mean, and what's crazy about cards, too, is it's all for, like, the young guys. So, like, Drew Jones, for example, great example of people prospect young guys. It's nuts. Like, people were going crazy over Zach Wilson when he came out of the draft. And now Zach Wilson cards are shit. I mean, for lack of a better term. I mean, like, it's like, his market's down. But, like, cards are absolutely insane. And it's not easy being a collector financially. So, I will say that, too. So.
Right. Yeah, that'd probably run your pockets. Like, oh.
The card was pulled on Tuesday, too. What's crazy, too.
I saw that, and we were talking about this pre-show, was David Adams was able to go out and confirm that card was indeed pulled. Mm-hmm. What's going through your mind now that card is floating around?
So, I'll give you the whole rundown of the day yesterday. It was absolutely insane. So, yesterday, I ended up having to stream in the live lounge, and our social media manager comes up to me because obviously Troy and I are co-hosts of The Chase, the hobby show that we do for news and such. And she comes up to me and goes, "Hey, keep it tight-lipped, but it looks like the card was pulled." And like I'm sitting there, I'm like, someone's life just changed. Like, what's going on? Like, what? Holy crap! Like. And so the entire time they were like, yeah, we think it was pulled, but we got to confirm it. And then like later that day, it finally got confirmed. The people reached out to us, and it's a card shop in, I think, Dayton, Ohio, Ohio's Best Sports Cards, or it's something. I think it's something like that. But yeah, and they sent us a video today that we played on the show, and he was like, yep, we pulled it, and he had the card in his hand. They haven't made a decision, and I don't blame them. I don't blame them yet. That's a big decision to make. Obviously, we're talking big buku bucks here.
Buku bucks.
And but the crazy part is I think they're also getting offers from other people. Mm-hmm. And
so does David Adams get into a bidding war for it, or what do you think happens there?
I can't answer that on behalf of the company, but all I can tell you is. If he sells it to us, he will be $250,000 richer, more than likely. And if he hangs on to it, then, good luck to him. Hopefully Drew Jones has the best career possible.
Right.
And, I mean, there are other people that might offer more, too, and more power to him. So that's the nature of the card hobby. It's a crazy, crazy world out there.
Yeah. Oh, my God. That's like pulling, in Pokemon terms.
That's like getting a
Charizard from
first edition. Yeah. It's getting a first edition Charizard. That's exactly what it is.
What's his face? Jake Paul wears one around his damn neck.
Yeah.
I mean, it's wild.
Made a chain out of it, yeah. Oh, my goodness. $250,000. I think that is what the going rate for like a PSA 9 first edition base set Charizard is. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you could do a lot with that. For a card, you could do a lot with that money.
And you actually bring up a very good point, too, is you could send it to get graded, too.
Yeah.
You could send it to get graded. And, like, obviously, depending on what the grade is, the value could only go up further.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So think about it. It's like $250 for a raw card right now.
So,
it gets it graded. Good Lord.
That begs the question, like, if you're ripping packs, are you, like, considering even just, like, putting on gloves when you do it, or, like,
People do.
anything to like, not mess up that grade whatsoever?
People do. I'm telling you. Like, I usually don't because I just don't like the feeling. But, you're careful. You don't touch the corners. You just kind of keep your hands on the sides and everything. But, yeah, no, people do. I don't blame them. Especially breakers that are touching other people's cards. Like, you got to be as safe as possible. And I will say there are some idiots out there that do it wrong. Like, I don't know if you guys seen a clip that I shared recently, but a dude stole a card from a customer literally on a live stream. It was on Whatnot, and they're called the Retail Kings.
Oh,
And
no.
it was literally called the card. It's actually from like a pack like this. The card's called a Downtown, and it's like it's very tough to get them in any box or pack. And you could see he started to slide, and he seen the card, and he grabbed it and goes, sheesh, and handed it off to somebody, which is like the worst thing. You
Yeah.
always keep the cards on the camera, and I
Right.
was just like, oh my God.
He's being videotaped too.
Yeah.
What?
And then he started. Then people started coming at him, like going crazy.
Yeah.
And then he was like cussing at these people and like, "Hey, drop your address. I'll come find you." I'm like, "Oh, my God, dude! Like, what are you doing?"
Just turned violent.
I'm like, it's cards. Like, what are you doing? You made a mistake. Like, you're. Oh God, I could go on and on about that dude forever.
Oh,
I
God.
gotta also ask. So sometimes it'll come up on my feed, or you know how TikTok occasionally like sends you a live stream in the middle of your.
Oh yeah,
showing?
yep.
Sometimes they'll get a live stream where they're cutting they're cutting cards. They're like taking the pack and then cutting them clean through before opening them after they hit like certain like light goals. Would you ever?
Like, cut a card.
Like, so they
Like
took the pack. Like, say they took that pack.
Okay.
And then they're
And
like,
what,
all right.
they just cut it.
They just cut it with scissors
Like this?
right in half. Oh yeah.
Oh God, absolutely.
And people
not.
do it, and then they look and see what they ended up pulling, and then cry at all the loss.
Okay, so imagine you do that with the Bowman pack. That
That's
the
what I'm
dude got
thinking.
thrown.
Like, imagine like Drew Jones. Oh, gone. One of one.
Done. Head's
Gone.
cut off.
No.
Oh,
that-
of one.
God. I love cards too much, and I respect the integrity of the hobby so much. I don't know what possesses people to do something like that. It's like insane. I'm like, I want to open them and see what comes out of them. If it's 4 base cards, then fine, whatever. It happens. That's the hobby.
It's like I also collect bourbon from I got my collection starting to grow. That's like if I just bought a bottle and just right over the table.
Yeah.
Like, gone, done, just like that.
Sounds like fun.
Opa.
Or like just like opened it up and then poured everything down the drain. Like, what was the point? What was the purpose?
You're just a bottle collector.
So you have some packs with you.
I do. I figured, behalf of Dave and Adam's Car World, these are from our Trivia Tuesday packs.
Okay.
Heyo.
So every Tuesday, except for this week, yesterday, was a little busy, but brought a few packs, football packs. Figured it was fitting for you guys' show.
Football, yeah.
We got 2022 Donruss football, and then Zenith football, which is 4 cards per pack. You guys want to rip one?
Sure.
Yeah, let me try to get that camera
Push the
down.
Camera, I didn't even realize it's the same. You want to aim it down?
Yeah, no worries.
Mike, I think it's all on you.
Oh God.
You want to go? You want to go 1-1?
I'm gonna.
I'll rip a
What
little.
does the
Yeah, if you're
camera
gonna
look
put it
like?
on- put it right on the laptop.
All right. So here's my laptop.
There you go.
Okay.
So the Zenith, you got 4 cards in the pack, and then the Donruss, you got 15. I figured you guys could take these and use them as a giveaway.
Uh-oh.
I figure you guys could use them as a giveaway for your show. So, if one of your viewers at the end want to comment, like, who their favorite football player is and why or something, feel free, and then you guys could pick a winner.
Spot right there.
Oh,
Perfect.
this is all on me. Oh man. All right.
Now you know how I feel, man. Every single
No
day.
pressure.
Here we go.
Don't steal it and run out the door.
Yeah, if you
like,
pull
"Ooh,
it downtown, if you pull it downtown, don't just keep it on the screen for a
I feel like I
second.
need to like wash my hands or like I need to like do something, wipe them off. I'm gonna wipe them off real quick. All right, here we
You're
go.
ripping a single pack of cards. Your hands are freaking knees weak, mom spaghetti right now.
All right, here we go. What's like the best way? to,
Okay,
like,
so
open
what
it?
I do is
Oh
usually
man, you're a fresh.
usually
I'm
I
fresh. I don't open
usually
it.
I take the top right here and I just kind of open it like that, and then you just kind of pull. Sometimes it doesn't always. Yeah, like you got.
That's
Yeah, you're perfect. You're
bingo.
perfect. Some of them aren't that easy.
You never opened up like Pokemon cards as a kid or anything?
It's been like 15
It's like riding a
years.
bike.
It's been like 15 years. I haven't done it in a while.
So the best card's always in the back, right? It's the fourth
back.
card.
It depends. It depends on the pack. Sometimes they do base, like a few base, then in the middle, and then base again.
There we go.
It's like trying to open a container of batteries. Need a little bit of help there?
There
He's
you go.
nervous.
Yeah, I'm very nervous. I'm sweating. All right. Here you go.
There you go.
Here we go.
All right, you got to call them out as you go.
All right, so we got. Here we go. Micah Parsons.
Okay.
Dallas Cowboys pass rusher. I don't know if you could see that.
It's pretty good.
Now a defensive end.
Yeah, now defensive
Yeah, pretty
end.
much. Yeah.
We have Dawson Knox, Buffalo's
Ayo.
tight end. Miles Sanders, now Carolina Panther
That's
running.
right. That's right. Yep.
Xavier Howard,
Okay.
Dolphins cornerback. We got Marquez Callaway. Pretty sure he's still on the team. I could be wrong. Wide receiver. We have Sam Hubbard, Cincinnati Bengals pass rusher.
Okay.
Nick Chubb.
There you go.
Shout out Nick Chubb, Cleveland Browns running back. Bradley Chubb, back-to-back
Oh.
Chubbs.
Hey,
Oh.
Yeah. Whoa.
Hey,
Yeah,
yo.
There we go.
Hey,
Pass
yo.
rusher, of Broncos now in Miami. We got Caleb Farley, cornerback Tennessee. We got Trey Lance, quarterback San Francisco 49ers.
Are you taking stock in Trey Lance?
So you guys want to hear the quarterback I'm taking stock in?
Yeah.
Jordan Love.
Jordan Love.
That's
So-
not
Listen,
a
that's a quality.
I bought a few cards of his, and I actually sent one to get graded. It was an immaculate ink from his college days. So he's actually in his Utah State jersey. But his autograph, I don't know if you guys have ever seen it. It's like J and then a heart. It's the best.
Oh,
it's
that's
the
sick.
best autograph in the game.
Oh, really?
It's the
so
best
if he
autograph
pops
in the game.
off, I mean, autograph cards are gonna go through the roof,
And
right?
for quarterbacks, it's nuts.
Khalil Mack, pass rusher, Chargers. UB, go Bulls.
There you go.
Brandon Cooks, wide receiver of now Dallas Cowboys.
That's right.
David Bakhtiari, offensive tackle, Green
If
Bay.
you're
What's up?
you go that way. There
Oh.
it is.
Oh, here
Can't
we
go off screen.
All right, so rated rookie James Cook.
So we got
good.
James Cook,
That's good. That's
Rated
nice.
now wearing number 4, rated rookie. And we got Jaquan Brisker, defensive back, Chicago Bears, rated rookie.
Not bad.
All
Not
right.
bad.
So what would you say?
Any heat in here?
Any heat?
So can I see the rated rookies that you just pulled?
Here you go. Yes.
All right. So obviously these are what we call base cards. So they're not numbered. There's no autographs, no relics or anything. The rated rookie's not bad. I would say James Cook rated rookie, probably the best in the box,
Okay.
or the best in the pack. I don't think. Did you pull anything that had like color on it or anything like that?
I
didn't
don't
see
think
anything.
so.
Nothing crazy?
No, I just seen.
Yeah.
You would have been able to tell if it
Yeah,
was like-
everything looked. It was all the white border.
Yeah. So then probably nothing numbered. So I would say best card of the pack was your rated rookie James Cook.
All right, that's going to be put on a giveaway. We'll make a reel or a TikTok out of it. And the
James Cook's gonna be a Hall of
the
Famer.
lucky question is who wants to do the honors of giving the lucky question?
Lucky question.
Here you go, by the way.
Who will be the 2023-2024 NFL MVP?
That's the question.
That's the
That's
question.
the question. All right.
That's the question. Oh, you're hitting
Put in the
us.
comments below of who you think the 2023-2024 NFL MVP will be.
If you don't say Josh Allen, no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
All right.
I
Nico,
wish.
All right,
You
I'm
gonna go
up.
for it?
All right,
Should
I
move
got
this, or should
I got 4 cards. No,
Oh, you're just doing it. Okay.
I'll do it right under.
Oh boy. Set's coming down.
We're good.
Set's coming
I
down.
felt it go a little.
I forgot to put it back. So.
All right, here we go. Hey, okay, some Corey Davis heat.
Okay.
Let's go, Corey.
There we are. Put it here. Got some David Montgomery.
Monty.
Sauce Gardner
Oh,
rookie
nice
card. Okay. Is this
Nice.
rated rookie?
No, that's just regular.
Regular
rookie.
card. Isaiah Likely, red zone
Nice.
rookie card. All right. 2 rookie cards. We'll take it. We'll
Check
take
the
it.
back of that one.
You just saw a
Is
dynasty.
there a number? No number. Okay, I seen the red on the font of the card, so I was just curious.
So what's the heat of this pack?
Oh, sauce.
Sauce, easy.
100%. Sauce, 100%.
Sauce will be added to the giveaway.
All right, you want to see how it's
So
done?
James Cook,
Get over here.
All right.
Here, I'll scoot.
James
I'll
Cook,
just stand. I'll
Jaquan
stand.
Brisker. Are we throwing in Jaquan Brisker?
Here we go.
Throwing in Jaquan.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. What do you guys want me to do first? You want me to do Zenith or Donruss?
Do Donruss.
All right. Oh yeah.
This
I'm
is
off to a great
professional.
start. Can't even open the damn thing. All right.
I'm gonna collect this.
Let's just go through it. Come on. All right. Bateman, Vera Tucker, Brett Favre, bad guy, burn that.
Oh.
Kadarius Toney, Jake Matthews, Darren Waller, now on the Giants, Derek Brown, Derwin James Jr., Kwity Paye, Robert Woods, Taylor Lewan, great podcast host, Jeff Okuda. All right, so this is what they call the Donruss 1992, which is the old style Donruss cards.
Mhm.
So that's what they used to look like. Bailey Zappi rated rookie, a quarterback rated rookie, always good to get. And then D'Angelo Malone rated rookie. Have absolutely no idea who that is.
I honestly never heard of D'Angelo Malone.
Yeah.
So definitely, the inserts, they're, whatever. But Bailey Zappi rated rookie, probably the best card of that pack. So there you go.
Into the giveaway.
Make sure, I'm a horrible hobbyist. Make sure I give you sleeves for these cards. I will get them to you very soon. All right.
Uh-oh. Looks like we got something.
All right. Derek Carr. Boom. Travis Etienne. Okay, Pierre Strong Jr. He scored a touchdown last year. I know that.
You did.
And Desmond Ritter, rookie wave. So that's a nice one too.
Oh,
Nice insert.
wave.
Nice
Okay.
insert. Some of these, honestly, if you get these graded and they come back at 10, they could end up being like $100 cards. So
Hey,
That you said quarterbacks.
yeah, quarterback.
it's Desmond Ritter too.
Quarterback's
He's
on
a
the way to
big
go.
unknown.
And that's the thing too is. Sorry, I'm like talking like people can hear me right now. No mic.
Desmond Ritter.
But yes, no, like Desmond Ritter, people are buying in on him because he's a starting quarterback in the league now. So there's a sense of unknown, but people take the gamble on him. It's nuts, but because I don't think Desmond's the answer
just
in
like-
Atlanta. But
Gambling. It's simply, you know what? Bet as much as you're willing to lose.
guys, so when it comes to like breaking and getting into like group breaks, I call it a more expensive parlay.
Yeah.
More expensive parlay.
Hell yeah.
That's what I call it, but I don't know.
Should we-
It's a lot of fun though. It's very entertaining. It's a very entertaining way to go about getting cards. So.
I agree.
So are we throwing in Jonathan Taylor, this throwback one, you think?
Whole package.
Oh yeah, the whole package.
The whole package is going to one lucky
one
commenter.
lucky person's getting all those 4-packs.
So that last pick were those reprints or what is that? What is that last pack
What the
that you
best
opened?
ones at the
Oh,
time.
the last pack that
Yeah.
that was Zenith football. It's like a. What am I looking to say?
They
It's like I'm not calling it higher end, but it's like a mid-level product.
Okay.
So
are they similar to like the face mask and all that stuff, like the Zenith football equipment? Or is
I
that
don't know.
something different?
I think it's just the term for what they name
Oh,
the
okay.
card, but I don't know if it has anything to do with the equipment.
Gotcha.
That's a good observation, though. I will say.
That is a good point.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have thought of that.
There you go.
But all right, so we're gonna be doing a giveaway of these. Thank you, David.
Mhm.
Shout out.
Oh, and here's
Here's our.
and I promise you, I'll text you later. I will drop off sleeves.
Great.
I will drop off
Great.
sleeves. So, and if you want, I'll even
Or
sleeve them.
Pokemon sleeves, Nico, somewhere in the basement
I
from
think I
the
still have
the
some,
3-ring
like,
binder.
a big pile of them. Yeah.
threw out that Squirtle and put in Jonathan Taylor.
Squirtle.
And whenever you
Squirtle for Jonathan Taylor.
and whenever you
I'll
put
trade
someone,
you.
I'll help
It's in lunchtime tomorrow.
Perfect.
You know?
We're getting
In
the full service
cafeteria.
from Mr. Yarger.
No problem.
Shout out, Mr. Yarger. Yagabomb.
No problem. No problem.
That was fun.
Yeah, we did.
It's
we
a
haven't
little
done
rush.
anything.
Like you're like, ooh, am I gonna
I'm
get?
telling
It's like
you,
a scratch off.
Oh, you
almost.
should see, like, someone had me break like a $800 box of cards the one time, and I'm like, me? You want me to do that? So, like, it's crazy the stuff that I've seen. But,
So
like,
do like people like send you guys in like boxes to break and then you send them back as is? Is that how that works?
So
or-
yeah, what goes on is basically on our good Lord, Liquid Death, shout out. Basically, what happens is you can go on our website dacarworld.com, and before from like we usually go live at like 10:30 or 11 o'clock. From that time till about 5 o'clock, we have full access to the warehouse. So you can put in an order. If say you want to rip, a box of Donruss or whatever football, you go, and when you're at checkout, there's a break live option. You just click break live, and then we go pick it up from the warehouse. We
Oh, you
bring
like
it to
go
the table.
shop the order and then you break it live.
Yeah,
on
we
share?
go.
Okay.
We print the invoice. We look for the product. We grab it, bring it back to the live lounge, break it, package it up nice and proper, and then ship it out.
That's sick.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. So
Yeah, wow.
Might have to do that. Might have to buy a box and then.
Hey, we got Nico from Niagara Falls.
Ship it and
Big
rip
Jack
it.
Podcast.
yeah.
got a Nathan Peterman.
Oh my God.
Rookie card.
Rookie card.
I have yet to pull a Nathan Peterman. What was his rookie year like?
18, I want to say,
20?
yeah.
Oh,
It was like 2018
No,
or
2017?
It had to have been 2017 because it was a year before Josh Allen.
Yep.
oh God, yeah.
That's really crazy.
Rated rookie Nathan Peterman.
What's that going for right now? What's the going rate?
6 pennies.
6 pennies. Got you on a stick of gum or
They actually, you have to pay to get rid of that
you have to
card.
pay to get rid of it.
It's actually 5 pennies, one for every interception he threw against the Chargers.
Yeah. I think he has what? 4 or 5 pick sixes in his career?
Yeah, but you know what? He looks great in practice.
Great in practice.
Let's get into football.
God.
Yeah, that's good.
I do have one question.
What's up?
What's from a card standpoint, like which sport is you're a baseball guy, I know. So for you, is it MLB? Is it, which one's from a,
Like a breaker perspective?
yeah, like which one are you most excited to do?
So obviously baseball products are my bread and butter. I love baseball products. The Bowman that I was talking about, I kept telling everybody I was gonna be the one to pull the Drew Jones card. I was like, I'm pulling this for somebody. I'm doing this. That didn't happen. But no, I love Bowman products mainly because I enjoy prospecting. So like, if 9 times out of 10, some people that rip Bowman baseball, they have no idea who some of these guys are. Where that's what I like. I like to see guys that are up and coming, and you get a guy in a card, and you're like, gee, I wonder what he's up to. And then you look, and he's like the top prospect in the Cincinnati Reds organization. You're like, oh man, this is actually something decent. So I like Bowman baseball. What's the other product I like? I all the high end stuff is fun. So like, what was the one? National Treasures baseball, like that's fun. Eminence, was it Eminence or no? I'm drawing a blank here. I'm an idiot. But like the high end stuff is always fun. And then there's a product called Bowman Chrome University, and it's all like college football cards. So like you can get a Bryce Young auto, you can get a Caleb Williams auto. So football end, I love Bowman Chrome U because you get to see the college autographs, and it's a lot of fun to rip. So
What about
You're
like,
welcome.
I don't know if this is this is off topic or not, but like for the rookie premiere, I mean, isn't that sponsored by
Panini.
Panini?
Yep.
So do you guys have any correlation with Panini? Like, do you rip any of like the Panini like
Oh,
do
yeah.
they have packs and stuff like
Oh
that?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. A lot, majority of, I shouldn't say majority, but like a lot of the product is Panini based.
Yeah.
And then there's Topps, which is now ran by Fanatics, and then
didn't know that.
Upper
I
Deck.
didn't know that either.
Yeah. Fanatics
so many
bought
Upper Deck
Fanatics
guys.
bought Topps like last year before I got on with Dave and Adams, and there's so much speculation that Fanatics wants to buy Panini and stuff like that. It's been a rumor for years. Nothing's official. Nothing's happened really. So there's that, and but yeah, no, we rip a bunch of Panini. There was a lot of news that came out of that rookie premiere too,
Oh yeah.
because obviously it's where a bunch of dudes go. They get photography done. They they put on their NFL jerseys for the first time or whatever. But there were 3 rookies that weren't there, and those were Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud, and Will Levis, which
3 of the top quarterbacks.
yes. So there was a lot of speculation that Fanatics signed them to autograph deals, meaning
I see.
Fanatics would have their rights to autographs. And a lot of people were thinking, oh man, so now the next Panini football product for next year, we're not going to see, Stroud, Young, or Levis autos, which isn't exactly the case because I believe Panini can buy autos from Fanatics for their products. So I seen it in a comment on an Instagram reel because a lot of people are going crazy. They're like, oh, there's not going to be Bryce Young. There's not going to be C.J. Stroud autos. Like, people are like, oh, man, why are we even going to get Prism? Which it's not going to – I don't think it'll do too much to the product because I think there will end up being autographs in that product anyways. So
Yeah, I always find that Premier cool is just because, like, you know, they literally get the I think some of the cards are literally from the event. It's taken at the event. And it's purposely for that. You get your own card as a player. I just think it's, like, just
Panini,
cool.
Yeah.
We were talking about that, and one of the Spotlight series was at the Senior Bowl. Panini gave all the Senior Bowl players their own Senior Bowl cards.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we were just like asking them, like, how cool is it to be like, if you grew up like especially collecting like football cards and things like that, how your first time seeing your own football card must have been like otherworldly to see.
Yeah, I feel like it's probably like that. Like that's probably I don't know if it's like the same thing, but I mean like you know playing yourself as like Madden.
Yeah.
Like, in Madden,
Pretty
you know,
much.
oh my god, I'm in Madden. Like I'm playing as myself. Whoa, like
David Yarger just won the Super Bowl.
oh my god.
I have 2 old boxes of baseball cards that are in perfect condition. They're all lined up, just sitting in my closet. I should bring them into David Adams at some point.
I mean,
Get them looked at.
I'll take. I mean, we do have a buying crew. We
Yeah.
do have a buying crew that are great. They are great.
If
if you have an idea what's in the box and everything, I would go through it.
Yeah.
Go through it, see what's there. Give them a call or something, and they'll help you out. So
I actually did that once with Pokemon cards, and they
Really?
were awesome. Yeah, and I got a really good deal for them. I priced myself like I took a look and then went on going right with a lot of them and kind of settled on some of them, but great price for them. It was awesome, seamless process.
nice.
No,
So shout out David Adams.
yeah, shout out David Adams.
Shout out David Adams for keeping me employed.
There you go. So we're gonna go on to a little segment. We're gonna play a little game.
All right, you and your games. I love these games.
Oh yeah,
I had fun with this the first time I was on.
Oh yeah, we put you through the 2-minute drill.
2-minute
I
drill,
want to say the
yeah.
last time.
I think I survived.
You did survive.
I think
think
you were
I-
one of the top. Like I'm pretty sure you were one of like the quickest times. This coming up season, when we bring back the 2-minute drill in the on season, we're gonna have a leaderboard, big whiteboard that has like top times and
Yeah.
everything behind us.
Well, I'm honored.
You're on it. So since we just said, you know, you like baseball a lot. You
Yeah.
know, you're also a fan of football. Let's do a little bit of a collaboration. Now we're gonna call this NFL to MLB. You know, MLB to
All
NFL,
right.
You know, vice
All right.
versa. So basically, what we're gonna do is we're gonna give you a player, or maybe even a team, and we're gonna draw
Team.
their not really a team. But
I was like,
not really. I might throw a team in there. Like, oh, what's
I see, like the equivalent.
the equivalent?
man, the Oakland Athletics are the
Arizona Cardinals.
Arizona Cardinals. Yes.
Yes. Kyler Murray's
Okay, yes.
been drafted to both of them.
Oh my God.
Good point.
I don't know how I know that, but I know
You're
that.
right.
Yeah. So I'm gonna give you a name,
Okay.
and you're gonna make the comparison.
I gotta pick a position.
Is it a player comparison or,
compare 'em
what
to-
position
okay,
they would
okay.
play?
I get what you're saying.
If you can't like do a player like a name, then do like a position.
Okay.
So we're gonna start off. Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes.
It'd have to be like Ohtani or someone who's the Aaron Judge. No.
So what's funny is he did pitch a no-hitter in high school,
He did.
like 17 strikeouts.
Oh yeah, isn't he like also
got-
really good at baseball?
He got drafted by the Tigers, but everyone knew that he wasn't going to go play baseball.
Right.
But the Tigers, being the Tigers, they still drafted him because they're morons. And God, position. So I would say pitcher, and I would probably compare him to. It's got to be one of the best in the league, right? I want to say. Oh my God, I hate this game already. Oh my God. Let's go like a Max Scherzer.
Max Scherzer.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair comparison. Might change it up a little bit. How about Tyreek Hill?
Also, I'm changing my Patrick Mahomes. Garrett Cole.
Garrett Cole.
Garrett Cole.
Okay.
And then what was the next one?
Tyreek Hill.
Oh God. So he's 100% an outfielder, 100% a center fielder. He's like shorter though, so I want to say Byron Buxton, but Byron Buxton hasn't played center field this year because he's hurt.
Right.
But he can fly. I think he would be a better Billy Hamilton if that makes sense. Billy Hamilton.
Okay. How about?
Can I give you an MLB player and what you think they would play in the NFL?
Feel free.
My guy Mookie Betts.
Oh, man. Okay, I will say I've gone. I don't care if anybody hates this take. I think Mookie Betts is the most athletic person in sports.
All sports.
He can golf. He can bowl. I think he could play basketball. I'm sure he could play football. He's one. If he's not the top athlete in sports, he's like top 5, 100%. So Mookie Betts in the NFL. I'm gonna go. I would go like safety. Like a Tyrann Mathieu, something like
safeties that. Safeties are one of the most athletic players on the field.
Yeah.
How much range do you have to cover?
Yep.
Your ball hawking skills.
Especially
being able to
box
tackle.
too. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Next guy I want to give you. How about Josh Allen?
Oh, I knew this was gonna happen.
Yeah.
So he's like a mix. I feel like he's like a mix of like Pete Alonso just hitting bombs, but he can just throw the ball so damn hard that you want to call him Shohei. So
Wow.
You know what? We're going Shohei
Josh
because
Allen.
Josh Allen,
Josh is
Shohei
the GOAT.
Ohtani.
So Josh because he's the GOAT, and Ohtani because he's currently the GOAT. I still think
the
Mike
GOAT.
Trout's the best player that's ever played, but I'm gonna go Shohei Ohtani.
Now you say that about Mike Trout. What is his compare? Like, what would you compare him to, or like what position would he play? If you give me one or the other.
Tight end, Travis Kelce.
Travis Kelce, Mike
Ohtani?
Trout.
Oh,
Oh,
Mike Trout.
Trout,
Mike Trout.
Yeah. That's fair. I like that one.
Yeah.
I think that's fair. I mean, they're two.
He's a beast.
Yeah.
He's a beast.
Still active. And I saw somebody. Quick thing about Travis Kelce that it was a Chiefs podcast or it was like just a Chiefs media page, and they had their top 10 Kansas City Chiefs of all time. Travis Kelce was not on there.
Yeah, that list is just objectively wrong.
And I'm like, Patrick Mahomes was one. And I'm like, okay. Travis Kelce was not on there at all.
Our Kansas City listeners can back us up on that.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys know. I could try to find the tweet and maybe post it, but he wasn't on there. I was literally.
So are they going back to like Lenny Dawson from 19?
There was a couple.
like Christian Okoye.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think how far back are you going to pull? And they still didn't win any Super Bowls back. Lenny Dawson
won
won
Super Bowl.
When
I think it was Super Bowl 1.
Was Dwayne Bowe on that list?
I think that's the expansion. I think that's the NFL AFL combined one because the Bills won the AFL championship 2 or 3 years in a row before that and should have been in the finals that year and then obviously didn't. But I think that's like Lenny Dawson or whatever his name is. How do you not have?
And it's like you put those players in today's, they wouldn't last. I don't think, me personally.
I have the list right here.
Oh God!
So
You can't. You know what? This is one of those things that drive me crazy because you can't compare players out of time.
That's true. That's
You
fair.
just can't because if and Michael Jordan, we'll go with the Michael Jordan one because that's the easiest one. If Michael Jordan was playing now, he wasn't going to be drinking Miller Lite at halftime. He's not smoking cigars. He's going to be in the type of shape that all the athletes were at this time. You know what I mean? If he's playing in the 1960s, he would have been he still would have been, I still think he would be one of the premiers. And Michael Jordan would have been doing the conditioning that everybody around him would be doing. He wouldn't be smoking cigars and drinking Coors Light or whatever. There's in the Last Dance where he's drinking at halftime. They don't do that now, and he wouldn't be doing that now either. So it's weird to do that, to compare, the physicalities of the time.
But Bernie Kosar, who's he? Imagine him today.
He's not competing. I mean, probably not.
No, I mean.
That's a Cleveland legend right there, Nico.
I mean, he's probably one of the best Cleveland quarterbacks of all time. But that's saying a lot because of
I'm trying to think of I can't think of the guy who came from the 80s. Their guy, Fife or Snipe. With Snipe.
Sipe.
With Sipe.
Yeah.
Yeah, like.
I had the unfortunate
I mean, those guys
pleasure of
are
one of his autographs.
No, I mean, like, not a
fresh.
wasn't a great football player at the time. Like, let alone now with any longevity. I don't know.
So
that's annoying.
I will say this about this list. I'm just looking at it. It's according to Chat GPT.
Okay. That makes more
Oh,
sense.
good lord.
It makes a little bit more sense, but still, though, I mean,
So that means we are light years away from AI taking over.
right. So this is AI, but again, how does AI not know this? So this is who they have: Mahomes, Len Dawson, Derek Thomas, Tony Gonzalez.
Derek Thomas. I
Tony
understand.
Gonzalez. That's
Yeah. Will Shields, Bobby Bell, Jamal Charles, Priest Holmes, Willie.
Jamal
Charles
Thomas,
over Travis
okay.
Kelsey.
He's gone. He's gone.
Studio.
He's gone.
Thanks, David, for coming on.
Jamal Charles was great, but how are you going to say he's better than Travis Kelsey?
Yeah. Willie Lanier.
Lanier, okay.
And then Otis Taylor.
Otis.
Otis Taylor.
See, and you know what? Maybe that's me focusing more on skill positions, but like I do have to forget, like, oh yeah, they've had some amazing linemen, they've had some amazing defensive players. But like you think of Travis Kelsey and
It's Travis Kelsey. I mean,
Travis
exactly when you think of the
Like-
Chiefs, you think Mahomes and then you think Travis
think
Kelsey.
Mahomes to Kelsey. Like,
Exactly.
That's the,
Travis Kelsey might go down as the greatest tight end.
It's
ever
like if
played.
like
Right,
the
man.
Patriots did a list and they left Gronk off.
Exactly.
Honestly, yeah, it's the same exact.
Yeah, he wasn't very good.
all right,
He wouldn't have made it in the old NFL. Whatever. Somebody's gonna say that shit.
I have a couple more baseball ones for you. So we talked about Mookie Betts, Mike Trout, Vlad Guerrero.
That was mine.
Vlad Guerrero,
Junior, specifically.
Junior.
Oh my goodness, Vlad.
His dad was a
Jr.
whole different type.
That man's definitely probably playing line.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, but he's hitting
Jason
hard.
Peters.
Jason Peters. Jason Peters is still active, I'm pretty sure.
He is.
I was thinking like
Prime Jason Peters.
Prime Jason Peters.
There you go.
A lot of power.
best I got.
You know. I'll give one last one. 'Cause I know you
Pick a really bad player this
a
time.
really bad player.
Yeah, like, don't go with a good one. Go with
I'll
like
go with the bad one.
go with a bad player, like the worst quarterback in the NFL.
Worst quarterback in the NFL.
Give me a bad football player and a bad
Baker
baseball player.
Baker
right.
Mayfield.
Oh, man.
I don't know.
Come on, man. You gotta do
Oh,
that.
I hate
for-
Baker
sorry.
Mayfield
Ripped his
so
heart
much.
clean out.
I just
Oh
hate
my
Baker.
God.
Sorry, I know you
hate
love
him.
him, but
Oh,
Go
man,
cut your grass.
What?
The stupid commercials where he's living in
Oh,
the
in
stadium.
Cleveland?
I just hate him because of those fucking commercials.
they're gone now. They're
I
gone.
know. That's what he's gonna be
He
doing.
lost all of his.
Credibility.
Baker wasn't bad at baseball too, I think. I don't know. He's like, who's like the?
Which team's he on?
Tampa Bay now.
No, in baseball.
Oh, in baseball.
In baseball,
Put him on a team.
I feel like he'd be like a Chicago White Sox.
Chicago White Sox.
Makes perfect sense.
I don't know.
Lance Lynn.
Oh no, he's. I don't know. Baker's a big boy, but Lance Lynn's bigger than Baker Mayfield. I don't know.
Right. I only made that comparison just because of Lance. They both like.
Okay,
they
you know
both
what? You're
like to
right.
talk.
Yeah, no, it's Lance Lynn. It's Lance Lynn. It's Lance Lynn. Now I think about it.
Yeah, I just their body language kind of is similar to me, and they both.
You know what? You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, I for all of you guys know, I'm in my first fantasy baseball league, so I'm starting.
T's and P's.
I'm starting to gather some baseball knowledge. You know what I mean? So what I did was, speaking of Lance Lynn, I'll say this real quick. I traded, and I regret this trade
Oh boy.
very bad. I had Lance Lynn. He was crap in the bed for me. But I also had I traded for Lance Lynn, actually. Okay, never mind. Traded for Lance Lynn. You want to know who I gave up for Lance Lynn?
You said this to me already.
Sean Murphy.
What is wrong with you?
Sean Murphy had a kind of
Can
a
we
rough
speak
start.
that in
He did.
football?
He did. And
Speak that in football.
Sean Murphy.
Like that trade.
So Sean Murphy, that's like trading.
You basically traded.
One of the best catchers, if not.
You
Probably.
basically traded like Stephon Diggs for Zach Ertz. I don't know.
Yeah, it's something like that. And everybody was flaming me. We have a group chat. Everybody's flaming me. I'm sitting here and like I don't know baseball like that. So this is like fresh.
Why were you
fresh in
making
the
trades?
season. I don't know because I wanted a different catcher. I'm like, yo, this Sean Murphy dude stinks. Like I don't know. I don't know who he was. I was like, I need a new catcher. So I picked some guy up. Or no. So what I did was I made another trade after that, and I got JT Realmuto.
Okay. I guess you made up for it. But you traded Saquon Barkley for T.J. Hawkins.
So yeah, Sean Murphy. Sean Murphy. I was like, all right. So I'm gonna trade Sean Murphy. I'm gonna get JT Realmuto right after. And I'm like, all right, boom, boom. But the whole Sean Murphy and the Lance Lynn thing was just that right there. You're like, you're not coming back from that. I'm like,
It happens.
it happens. I just didn't know it. Everybody was like, and I looked it up. I was like, Lance Lynn, starting pitcher for the White Sox.
Mm-hmm.
I was like,
You're entitled to your rookie mistakes.
I don't
You're
know.
a rookie, first time doing it, right?
Sean Murphy,
That's why I denied every single trade that came to me to the Emerge League because I figured I was being scammed on every single
Right.
one of them. So no, because I don't trust you.
And somebody actually
Can't trust
put it,
people, man.
Yeah, somebody actually put it in good terms. It was like tight ends and catchers are kind of the same in fantasy baseball. Like you have like your top like
You have
4
your,
or 5
top-
guys,
yep.
and then the rest of the list is like guys who could like maybe plug in. You got
know.
like a guy here. But
It's like Will Smith and like Real Muto are like your Kelsey and Mark Andrews or whatever, something like that.
Adley Rushman is up
And,
there.
oh yeah,
too,
Adley too. Yeah, of course.
And so that was bad.
Shit happens.
Yeah, so now I know. I mean, the league isn't for money, so I'm not.
It's just for fun.
Yeah, so I'm not. It's not like I'm losing money, but
Rookie
like
year.
It's a development league.
yeah, it was more of like my own like. I don't know.
It's a pride.
My
thing.
pride,
It's a
my pride was
thing.
damaged.
Yeah.
I was like, I won my first game. I was like, yeah, I could do this, and they're like, no. Didn't realize
Reality
I was
struck.
playing fantasy baseball like I was playing fantasy football. Like
Check it once a week.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I check it once a week. Like and it's more of you have to do it it's an everyday thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so that's the thing with football. You could wait till like Thursday.
Right.
Mhm.
You got your Thursday morning. You're like, all right, I'm good. You got Sunday morning, and
Yep.
then you're double checking Monday night.
Yep.
That's it.
Pretty much.
Baseball is high maintenance.
It is. I just joined a WNBA league.
Oh.
Me and a bunch of coworkers are into the WNBA, and we just did a draft on Monday night. That was intense too. I like after
do you follow the WNBA?
a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah. It was difficult once you got in the later rounds because that's when you get to like the deep bench players and everything. But like I had the first pick, and I'm like, my favorite player is Sabrina Ionescu, and I was like, but Breanna Stewart's probably like the best player in the WNBA, and I'm like, oh man, I want to take Sabrina, but I want to take Breanna, but I took Breanna
Brittany
Stewart.
Griner now kind of rank amongst.
She's still one of the top.
Yeah.
She's still one of the top. So
Yeah.
How did she just had her debut the other night, right?
yeah.
How did she do?
I think she did all right. I don't know a stat line to be honest with you, but I'm pretty sure she did all right.
Good old Brittany Griner.
See.
So that's enough. That's enough baseball talk for now. I just want to end with a top 5. We've been doing our top 5 list the last couple of weeks. We're gonna switch to the defensive side of things. Top 5 cornerbacks in the NFL right now.
Oh, man. You hit me with this as I walked in. I'm like, shit.
Yeah. So, do you want me to go first to kind of like ease everything up, or does somebody else want to volunteer and get it out of the way?
I mean, my list is ready, but you
got my list ready.
you have the
Your
floor.
call.
You have the floor.
I'll go first. I think you went first last week, so I'll go first this week. All right. So here we go.
Dane Jackson.
Dave Jackson, yes. So before we
Eli
start,
Apple.
I'm gonna go from 5 to 1, but I have
Okay.
2 honorable mentions before we start. So first one, Stephon Gilmore.
Number 1 or number 5?
Honorable
So
mention.
this is honorable mention.
mention. Okay.
Yeah, Stephon Gilmore. He's going to Dallas. I mean, with Indianapolis, I thought he had his moments. I mean, I thought he was a decent pickup. I mean, with New England, Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah.
Buffalo, when he got drafted, he
He didn't want to be here.
didn't want to be here.
Yeah.
Like a lot of draft picks that came here.
Before the Bean era. So
Stephon Gilmore will always be just until he retires. He will always be like a solid veteran, a solid guy to plug in. He will be a starter. It's kind of like, it's like Patrick Peterson, too. Patrick Peterson's a guy who is always going to be like a solid starter, and he's going to, plug in and be a starter here and there. He's going to be a big veteran presence. Gilmore with me, I think he's going into a solid situation in Dallas. I think, and
True.
And I have another Dallas guy as my honorable mention, too. We'll get to that.
Is he gonna say who we think he's gonna say?
Yes.
Who's the other option?
Who's the other option? It's obvious. I think he's going in as the number 2 cornerback here, and I think that's what Dallas needs. And it's going to take a lot of the tension off of Diggs as well, and so there's going to be kind of like a, you know what I mean? As I said, it's going to take a lot of the attention off of Diggs. So give me Gilmore's honorable mention. Trevon Diggs is also honorable mention. I just don't know if I could put him as a top 5 corner. It's just
he's so hit or miss.
It's so hit or miss. You said it great before the show. Like he's like the Jameis Winston.
That was Nico. I'll take credit for it, but it was Nico.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that
I was gonna let you ride with it.
I know one of you guys said it. So he's he has he has the interceptions, but the yards allowed against him is just a little too crazy for me. I have 5 guys that are above them as well, and another honorable mention I'll just throw in there: Tariq Woolen for Seattle.
Oh, 100%.
Literally a 5th round pick turned into a top 10 corner.
Yep,
I agree.
Agreed.
So, that being said, top 5 corners. Number 5, I'm going Baltimore's Marlon Humphrey.
Okay.
He's just been a solid guy through and throughout. He's been the number 1 guy in Baltimore. They always lead a solid secondary in Baltimore, but he's pretty consistent. He goes up against, he's been going up against Jamar Chase these last couple of years, and we've seen him kind of, showed him getting burnt a little bit here and there. But, years past, I'd probably put him maybe like 3 or 4. But
I think that speaks to Jamar Chase too a lot.
Yeah.
Than more so than Marlon Humphrey.
That's fair. Yep.
Yeah, Marlon Humphrey though has always been consistent to me, and he's always, he's a top 5 guy. There's always a comparison between him and Trey White, but the reason why Trey White's not up here for me is simply because of everything that happened last year.
We're talking right now.
He was hurt. He got hurt the Thanksgiving game of 2021.
Yep.
Missed all the way up until the end of 2022. And then
I think the Thanksgiving game this year.
Yeah, Thanksgiving game of 2021. And then he just wasn't himself at all. So it's more of like we're kind of scared to see where we're going with Trey White.
Yeah.
So, but if Buffalo if he returns back to his form, that's the top 5, top 10 corner in the NFL. So Marlon Humphrey at 5. Number 4 is Jalen Ramsey. I have Ramsey at 4. It's kind of like the same thing with like Humphrey a little bit. In the last couple of years, I don't know if it's like him aging, it's him being in LA. 'Cause, the Rams, they had their Super Bowl victory a couple years, 2 years ago, but last year was a nightmare.
Yeah,
Last year was a nightmare. I don't know if that was like his true colors. I don't know if like it was a regression year. I don't know what it was, but Jalen Ramsey last year, if you're to rank quarterbacks during the season, I don't think I could put him top 5. Honestly.
Probably not.
And then, that kind of says a volume of what he got traded for as well in Miami. I mean, Miami gave up nothing.
What was it, like a 2nd or 3rd rounder and Hunter Long?
It was like 2
rounder.
non-day 1 picks and Hunter Long. So with Jalen Ramsey, if he could bounce back and return to his form.
The comments, that's somebody I work with. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, you're good.
You gotta
Thank you, David Adams. Jeter. Yes, David, yes.
one of your coworkers.
I want to come on the spot. Hey, you can come on.
Elena's great. You guys would love her on this podcast.
Get around. Let's go.
Yeah.
Look in the next
still
guest
watching
live
on
on air.
I'll mention it.
So with Ramsey, if Ramsey can return to his former self, you're looking at probably if not one of the best top 3 cornerback in the league. Just same thing, not same thing with White, but with Ramsey, it's more of play with him. So we'll see. He's also going to a very tough division, the AFC East. So now you got to play against Stephon Diggs. Now with the Jets, Garrett Wilson, Aaron Rodgers, and that crew. Maybe New England can muster up something, and Juju Smith-Schuster can probably not.
Oh, yeah.
Probably not, but I mean,
him and Tyquan Thornton.
Tyquan Thornton, yeah. But yeah, with him, going up against the Bills and the Jets is going to be definitely
It's going to be crazy.
definitely
Remember
gonna
like
be
3 years ago, 2 years ago when the Bills won the division and everyone's like, oh, this is the worst division in football.
Yeah.
Now look at it now.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
You know, if the Patriots actually try to help off their offense, I think they would be in contention as well. But that defense is great. But the offense, you know, we talked about it when we did the review of the draft. It was just, you know, they touched on the defensive side of the ball, but they didn't add receiver until like the 5th or 6th round.
Sounds like Bill Belichick.
Yeah, so
Classic.
they're just not going to be in contention. I in my mind. Number 3, I have Denver's Patrick Surtain, one of the best
Good
young
pick.
cornerbacks
Good pick.
in this league. He is just like right when he got drafted, it was like boom, he was great.
Yep.
It seems like he hasn't had a misstep at all. His rookie year was great, and he's going into a defense where the Denver defense isn't what it used to be, but
I mean, hey, it
They're
was still
still-
a top. I thought it was still a top 5 unit last year.
they're still a solid unit. It's just they don't really have that much of a pass rush anymore. So
The Denver defense was the big reason why I bet unders in their games a lot.
right.
Because their offense couldn't score and their defense was able to keep it
Right, they're still a solid
a
defense.
16-9 game. So
Yeah, they're still a solid defense. Patrick Surtain is just his ball skills are just amazing. Number 2, I have Green Bay's Jair Alexander.
I'm laughing because we have near the same list.
You really? Oh wow.
Oh my
Okay.
God, yeah, you do.
So Jair Alexander.
Holy shit, yeah. Like other than one spot, oh my God.
Yeah, Jair Alexander. He has that swagger to him. He is him. He is just. And last year or two, there's a lot of criticism against him, but I think personally that Green Bay defense is it's kind of like, Denver and Green Bay kind of, the same. Like they're solid units, maybe not as good as they were, but with Green Bay, you have Rasul Douglas on the other side. That was kind of like an out of the nowhere thing. With safeties, they've always had competent safeties the last couple of years as well to help out over top. Same with Denver. I mean, they have Justin Simmons as well.
Yep.
Helping out over the top as well. So I mean, 2 units that have great secondaries. Jair Alexander, though, to me, the division hasn't had the outside of Justin Jefferson hasn't had the greatest receivers. Amon-Ra St. Brown is emerging onto the scene as of late. Chicago hasn't really had anybody.
Allen Robinson.
Darnell Mooney.
Yeah.
Now they have DJ Moore. We'll see how DJ Moore fits in that Chicago offense.
Chase Claypool, top 3 receiver, according to Chase Claypool.
Yeah, Chase Claypool is him. He's worth a first-round pick,
Chase
technically.
Claypool.
Technically, yep, that's true.
So Jair for me is number 2. And then number 1.
We getting saucy?
We're getting saucy. number 1 is Sauce Gardner, man. And last year for me was like, he's with the Jets, and I really try to root against him, being a Bills fan. And, the one game I remember I put in a group chat, and I was like, Diggs is taking Sauce to school today.
I think I said something along the lines too.
Yeah,
of that
and-
nature.
No. The first play, Diggs burnt him, but then the rest of the game was,
Ass.
yeah.
I was
lack
talking
of a
my
better
shit
term.
after that first play too. I already remember.
Yeah,
I remember.
I was
this
riding high, and then
Yep.
Sauce just started locking in. I'm like, oh God, all right, this dude is legit.
Yeah,
This dude is him.
it's hard not to like him. I mean, this is going to look horrible on me because I'm from Western New York, but I ordered boneless wings from Buffalo Wild Wings
no!
one time, and there was a Sauce Gardner sauce, and it was actually pretty damn good. And I'm like, I like this
You
guy a little
got the
bit more.
Sauce Gardner sauce boneless wing at Buffalo
Listen,
Wild Wings.
it's like chicken bites. They're damn good. I'm sorry. It's the only thing that's good about Buffalo Wild Wings is damn boneless
Did you dip
wings.
it in ranch too? I'm
No,
guessing?
no, I didn't.
But yeah,
How's that cavity?
boneless wings. Oh man. I mean, what is like? Can you describe the sauce for me?
We
We like talking about.
it's
food.
like a sweet but spicy barbecue sauce.
Okay.
See, and it's like it sounds good, and I hate that it sounds delicious.
Would it be good on like an actual buffalo wing?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
100%.
So if we like bought the sauce,
If you
and,
if you bought the sauce and then like got wings, like plain wings from Judy's, and then tossed them in there,
see,
I
Is
think
the
that would be-
sauce available? Like, can I get a?
it was
a tub
limited
of it?
edition, so
Oh,
or
okay.
limited time only, whatever it is. So
I think Tank Talk had their Will Levis mayonnaise. We might have to have our
Will
our
Levis coffee
Sauce
mayonnaise.
Gardner hot sauce.
Sauce by sauce.
Really disrespect the Bills and slap Sauce's picture over Stephon Diggs.
Listen, we're not a Bills podcast. We're a football podcast.
That's true.
So, football first before the Bills.
That's true.
I will say this. But then number one, Sauce Gardner. He's just great. Rookie year. It's kind of like how Patrick Surtain was, a young guy coming in the league when he got drafted.
And already a top player.
He was already a top player, already a top 5 guy. And maybe that's saying a lot with how the cornerbacks are. Some of the how cornerbacks, your top 5 cornerbacks from like 2019 aren't the same. Mostly, unless you're
the position changes every year. It seems
yeah, it
like.
changes. You have like your Ramsey. You probably have Humphrey up there. Maybe Jair. But
I mean, Xavier Rhodes was like top 5.
Xavier
like
Rhodes,
3
yeah,
years
back
ago?
then, yeah. So
Crazy.
Yeah, and, you have like James Bradbury, maybe like 2 years ago. Darius Slay was up there.
Josh Norman, remember?
Josh Norman, yeah.
Good Lord.
But yeah, number one, Sauce Gardner. It's just defensive rookie of the year.
Mm-hmm.
He's what was advertised. And
Yep.
so, literally, I don't know if I can say anything bad about him. He's just that good.
Yeah.
Very little flaws. You guys-
You want to repeat his list?
I was gonna say my list. I'm not even gonna dwell on it. My list is pretty much the same exact thing. Minus I have Stephon Gilmore at 5 instead of Marcus Peter, or
Marcus Peters.
not Marcus Peters. Marlon Humphrey.
Okay.
And everything else is literally the same. So
It is 4-1 is the same. Ramsey's
4 is Jalen
13.
Ramsey, 3 is Surtain, 2 is Jerry Alexander, 1 is Sauce Gardner. We are in full. This
we
is the
married?
first time.
Are we married?
This is the first time on this show where we've had a list that's this
Similar.
That close.
concise. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So I'm
Because
yeah,
we did running backs and,
and it was vastly
a lot of people
boy.
what's it called in our group chat, they're like, oh, Nico picked Jacobs number 1. I was like, yeah.
Yes, I did.
And they're like, oh,
Yes, I
that's-
did.
that's
Josh Jacobs
interesting
is my
take.
number 1 running back in the league right now.
Okay.
Fun fact.
Yeah.
All right.
But
And
yeah,
somebody commented, I think on our YouTube or Instagram. Somebody commented somewhere. I think it's either one of the apps. Where was Nick Chubb?
he was an honorable mention for
Yeah.
me. He was. I think he was number 6 when I actually did the full rankings.
Right.
Just missed the top 5. But that being said, we're 4-1 exact. So
What about honorable? Do you have any honorable mentions? Would you put in or?
it would have probably. I didn't
Been the
have them
same.
written here, but they probably would have been Marlon Humphrey and Trayvon Diggs.
Right.
So I like your honorable mention. I would agree with that. I didn't even write it down. But Tariq Woolen,
Yeah.
I think he's on
That's a
his
really good
way
one.
to being possibly top 5. Number 5, I have Denzel Ward.
Denzel Ward. Okay.
Okay.
I feel like, I mean, the one game I watched him play the Bills, I feel like Diggs was locked down by him. And any other time I watch him, I feel like Denzel Ward's always having a great game. I don't get to watch the Browns much, but from what I've seen, it seems like he's always playing well.
He's very underrated corner.
I agree. 4, I'll go Surtain in Denver. I agree with everything you said. I mean, since his rookie year, it's like you just plugged him into CB1 as soon as he came in the league, and he's taken off and ran with it. 3, I got Ramsey. Can't stand him. Hope he doesn't do well in Miami. That's all I got to say about that. 2, I got Sauce.
Okay.
I got Sauce at 2. I mean, he's exactly what as advertised. I mean, taking him out of Cincinnati where he didn't allow he didn't allow a
single
touchdown.
touchdown. Yeah.
Like he gave up like 10 yards the one season. Like
It's
unbelievable. Just
Especially being at Cincinnati too. I mean, that was their year that they went to
the Final Four.
Yeah,
They went to the Final
Final Four,
Four.
yeah,
Yep. And then number 1, I've always kept this the same take every single year. I think Jair Alexander's the best cornerback in football. I just love the way
Fair
he
take.
played. I mean, except for against Diggs, because them two go at it for some godforsaken reason. But like them two
gets
go
hot.
at it. But I think Alexander is the definition of lockdown corner.
because Diggs went from Minnesota to Buffalo, so
Yeah.
he saw him from twice a year, now to once every 3 years.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness, that Green Bay game was chippy.
Yeah,
It sure was. Sure was.
Yeah. So all right.
I before we do go, I want to kind of talk about some news. This happened earlier today. the Washington Commanders trademark got denied. So,
Wait, what do you mean?
so their name,
have to get a new
the
name?
trademark for their name got denied.
How? But they already had it.
So
like-
they're in the process of being sold, of course. So, brand
Just
new
go back to
owner.
being the football team, for the love of God.
So
Washington.
here we go.
Like-
The U.S. The U.S. Patent and Trademark Office denied the trademark application for the Commanders on Thursday.
Why is this news now?
Josh Gerben, a trademark attorney based in Washington, D.C., said it's rare for a professional sports team to apply for new trademarks in a world where trademarks are being filed more than ever. But he said he wasn't surprised. This is all from the USA Today, by the way. So Josh Gerben, a trademark attorney, I didn't even know they had attorneys specifically for trademark, but here we are. He says they're trying to get a trademark registered on a single word like Commanders for the name of a sports team. That also comes with all the merch that goes along with that, and there's potential issues the PTO cited. So, instead of boring you guys through the article, long story short, they might need another name.
They're gonna have 4 names in the span of like 6 years.
So it was denied because they tried to trademark Commanders and not the Washington Commanders?
So the trademarks were denied because of the existence of a trademark for Commanders Classic and prior applications involving the Commanders' names. With the Commanders Classic, the USPTO said it was likelihood of confusion because Commanders Classic is used as the name of the annual college football game between Army and Air Force. Last played in 2022.
Everyone's favorite college football game of the year,
Yeah. No.
aside from Army Navy.
Well, I know it's one of those things. I read a lot of articles and I've seen stuff about trademarking. You have to be very careful because that's why you can't trademark. People try to trademark stupid stuff like their name, and you can't because it's just one of those things you can't do. So I was wondering why if they were just trying to do the Commanders, why aren't they just the Washington Commanders?
Here, I got the second reason. That's even better. Prior filed applications. One of them being a longtime Washington fan in the D.C. area. This guy named Martin McCauley. He filed for the trademark Washington Wolf Commanders and Washington Space Commanders in 2021, which preceded the
So they can't, they
Commanders
couldn't.
applying.
So that's what I mean. That's why I know stupid things like this.
So Martin McCauley is now probably the Washington Commanders' most wanted.
Oh
Yeah.
God,
This random dude
He's gonna go.
who trademarked.
he's in line for a
Washington
payday.
Space
Well,
Commanders.
it's the same thing. Like you have to be very careful. Like if you have a website, you got to keep up on your stupid thing because there's people that will go and just steal your website name if you don't renew it. So goofy things are. It's goofy, but you have to pay attention to that stuff, or you'll get yourself in trouble with that stuff.
David Adams, we have a show called Card News Now. We can't call it by its initials. Think about it.
Oh yeah, no, you can't.
Yeah, we can't. We just call it Card News Now. We can't call
can't
it. We
shorten
can't
it.
call it the initials.
Well, we got a couple of Wegmans guys in here. I
You
mean,
got it.
do you remember when Wegmans got in trouble because their W was too close to the Walgreens and they had to change their W because the W was too close?
That's a true story.
Yeah, that's a real thing. The W's were too close. It was a very similar font that they chose to go with, and so Walgreens was and I can understand that would be confusing. Yeah. Walgreens, Wegmans, they sound enough alike. There's some similar letters. Pharmacies, they both got pharmacies. They both sell products. So and it was the same color scheme too. They were both red. So it was one of those things. I could definitely understand that. And Wegmans tried to fight it, but it was just come up with a different. Just use a different W. Don't use the one that's too close like an existing thing. You should be paying attention to those things.
What you heard the Cleveland Guardians almost got sued because of their name, right?
I did not know about that one.
So there's already a roller derby team in Cleveland called the Cleveland Guardians.
I've heard of that, actually.
And the Cleveland Guardians roller derby team was like,
No.
yo,
Hell no.
WTF,
well,
that's our
it
name.
makes sense because, again, the Guardians are the guys on the bridge. So it's not like you wouldn't have comment like you would, it makes sense that other things would have said, well, let's use the things on the bridge because that's where it comes from. And it's, so that I can understand that, but they probably just paid them.
I think there was
worked out.
There was a settlement or something.
Thing.
So
There is an update
Washington
for
Big Yaks.
yes.
Hey, we'd give up that name.
I just can't
The
wait
Washington
for this
Washingtons.
poor new owner. He's got so many things that he can't even get a
buyer
new
Josh
name for the
Harris
team.
is,
He needs a stadium. He needs a name.
Although I will say, the later on in the article, it says that Mr. McCauley, in July 2020, he would be open to speaking with Washington ownership about the trademark and has no intention to stand in the way.
He just
of the
wants to.
Washington
Yeah,
NFL
he just
team.
trademarked it because he figures he'll get some money down the road.
That's easy. That's a smart man.
Yeah,
I should
it's
start
like
doing
buying.
that.
It's like buying cards, man.
You're playing chess, not checkers.
Teach me your ways, Mr. McCauley.
I gotta try. I gotta think of a team to trade, like a team name to trademark if Buffalo ever gets an MLB team. I'm gonna trademark the Buffalo
Rapids or
the Buffalo Buffaloes. I don't know.
Buffaloes. That's all we have though for today. David, do you have anything else you want to add before we sign off?
No, guys. I really appreciate you guys bringing me back on. Love your guys' podcast. Always have fun. The games kill me, but it's always a good time. And you guys put on a great show. And you guys, 46 episodes. Just shout out to you guys.
Thank you.
Shout out to you
Thank
guys.
you.
Keep it going. Keep rolling. And keep doing your thing.
Appreciate it. Have you on next time. Very soon we're going to have you on that board for a 2-minute drill.
Oh, boy. I'm ready.
Yeah.
Start prepping.
But yeah, that's all we have today. Thank you, David, for coming on. Thank you, Emerge and Maranto. Thank you, Matt Johnson, BICBP Radio Network. I'll see you guys next week for episode 47. We'll see you guys later.